Hi guys, how you doing? Right, my last video was the TBS Unify Pro HV. That's all fitted now, and it looks a bit tidier. Just get this out of the way. So it's. Let me get the viewfinder so I can actually see what you can see. It's better. So in there, tucked inside, you can barely see it. It's really small. It's a great little device. That is, just in here, the TBS Unify Pro HV. I like the fact that it has this little flying lead and my antenna can just sit on the top here, so I don't have to have that bit poking out the back with a bend or anything. So that's that fitted. I've done some tests with it. I've been flying it in 25 milliwatt UK legal mode, and I'm quite impressed with the range. Given the antennas I was using, I wasn't using any distance ones, I was just using the circular polarised antennas. Really good range, so really quite impressed with it in comparison to the Immersion RC one. The Immersion RC unit is huge and probably weighs 4 or 5 times the amount. Don't quote me on that though. So yeah, it's a real big difference, and I'm really quite impressed with that. The other thing I was trying, and I did my first flights with them today, don't seem to be any problem at all with these new HQ durable props. I wanted to get the V1S props, but I can't find anywhere in the UK that sells them. So I got these ones for now just to try. Hopefully we'll get the V1S through in the near future. The downside of these is they're quite a bit thicker, and I don't think the profile is as good on these. The profile on the V1S is a lot more like the HQ 5040s, but those props, as I said before, are just stupidly fragile. So there's not much point in carrying on with those. So, what did I have next? Right, as I said in my last video, I have my HD3s to unbox and fit some parts to. I bought them from RC Geeks. They were the best price I could find in the UK. There are a lot of people showing a similar price but no stock, but these guys had stock and were a good price as well. So they're wrapped up really well, nice bubble wrap. And then moving on to the goggles themselves, if I can get them out. So in the box you get the case, and underneath the bottom here, I've actually already opened these, you get 2 of these little foam faceplate things. You get an adhesive one that's adhesive one side and like a velcro that grabs onto this on the other, and then you get your normal bits that no one's really interested in, a little quality check, some stickers and a manual that no one will ever read. So, moving on to what's in the box, or in the bag, sorry. Open this up, you have your battery, you have an HDMI lead, I'm not going to use that. The VGA lead, which I will be using because I've currently been using Fatshark base SD goggles with a base station. I'm actually using the base station as a tripod. So there's my base station. I have a receiver there, and the blue thing underneath it is DVR. Then I have a screen on the front, which you can't quite see very well there. If I go that side, and then the leads all the way down here. That plugs into my Fatshark base goggles. So I have the screen for people that are standing there, want to watch if they come over and ask me questions. I'm flying from the goggles, the plug in down there, and it's always a bit of a pain taking this huge tripod with me everywhere I go. So I'll be glad to get the new goggles up and running. To be honest, I have actually been flying with them and had a little test, so it's much easier than carrying around a tripod. But I still wanted a way to show people, if they come over and start speaking to me, the best way to get people accepting the hobby and not complaining about it is to be friendly and show them what you're doing, show them what you can see, and generally people are quite interested in it. So it's good to have the goggles that they can try as well, but the screen, obviously, anyone who's tried out the goggles, well, I have to sit down. I can't fly with them standing up as I fall over. So it's good to have the screen and goggles, so I'll probably be carrying those around, but I'm not going to have them on the tripod anymore because the receiver will be kind of strapped to my head. So, sorry, a bit off topic. Rest of the stuff in the bag, there's a couple of HDMI adapters and the charge lead for charging up the LiPo. There's your usual Fatshark lens cleaner and the goggles themselves. So, for the price, really surprised that they don't come with a receiver. I mean, they're not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. You can see I've got the face mask fitted on this, the padding bit. Yeah, they're really expensive, and to say that they don't have a diversity module or any kind of module with them is a little bit tight, I think. So before I change it over, move some of this stuff out of the way. I have the HerishiFPV True D diversity module that I bought for it. Now, everyone's saying that the LaForge one is probably a better module, but I've just spent a lot of money on these goggles. I don't want to have to hack them about to fit a wire from the main module to the diversity module. So I don't want to go on the inside, and I think they look a bit crap when they go on the outside. So because of that, and then when I looked at it, they're like twice the price of the True Ds, and everybody in the UK only has stock of the diversity module, not the main module. I thought, right, I'm just going to go with the True D one for now and give it a try. I have actually been using it, as I said, and it's been really good. I wouldn't say I have any issues with it at all. So when it comes to fitting them, the first thing you have to do is take off this little cover that just covers the bay up. When you get that off, you just see some pin headers, although you've probably already seen this in dozens of videos already. The HerishiFPV True D diversity module comes in this little miniature lunchbox, if you like. I was a little bit surprised that there's no anti-static packaging with it. It just came in the box like this. But hey, I assume it's fine. And when it comes to fitting, you just have to line up the pins carefully and push them on. And it is quite a tight fit. It says not able to get them to fit. There we go. So, another slight downside of the HerishiFPV ones is, let me see, yeah, you can see there, not the greatest fit on the bottom, but the fit along the top is even worse. But saying that, it's not a great deal. When you're using them, you're looking at the inside bit anyway, so that doesn't really have any bearing on the usage of it. The one thing that did surprise me is that's the only thing in there, and my plan was to use the TBS Triumph antenna for all of the stuff that's kind of close in. That's your omnidirectional antenna, you can fly behind you, everyone probably knows about all of this. And I was going to use the VAS crosshair antenna by IB Crazy. Great little antenna, this one. The only downside is it's quite directional. I've seen quite a few questions about what antennas to use, so I'm probably going to do a little video about this antenna and the TBS and comparing the two, and I'll probably mention something about why I've chosen these two for my diversity setup. So moving swiftly on, I now have a problem. There's the two connectors, hopefully it's focusing on them and not me. So I put my TBS Triumph on, screw that into the top connector, so I'm going to have that pointing up in the air as well. So when I fit that here, you now see the problem. I can't actually connect the crosshair antenna. Now, I've ordered, and hopefully Amazon should be delivering at some point today, a right angle connector for this. So what I'll probably do is kind of magic of editing. I'll cut through here and I'll fit the right angle connector with the aerial and just show you that. It shouldn't take too long. So what I've been doing in the meantime is just grabbing another circular polarised antenna and screwing that on the bottom there, just for impedance balancing. I don't know if that's a left or right hand circular polarised, whether it's doing anything at all, but I just wanted something there for impedance on the antenna. And if I grab the LiPo and plug that in, here we go. So you can see the little screen you get. You have this wheel on the side, up and down for selecting, and you press it in on the end. And have a look. Select that channel there. So you can see that. Oh, if I can it's all backwards because I'm doing it the opposite way. So there's the antenna. You can see the signal strength at the top. Hopefully you can see it. The bit along the top here is, that's better. That top one is the signal strength from this antenna, and the bottom one there is the signal strength from this antenna. So you can see from a glance which one's working if you wanted to look on the outside of your goggles. I guess everyone's going to be more interested in looking through the lenses. So, but it's a handy little tool if you want to scan through. You can see the spectrum and where the signals are. So if you're looking for what frequency someone else is using and you want to watch what they're doing, you can flick through and you can see the strongest signal strength and select that channel. What else did I want to mention? What did I do? I did the HV Unify Pro. The shipping was horrendous from TBS, but their products are really good. So if you can live with the appalling shipping and stock levels being wrong on their website, then they're great products. If not, you can probably buy them from someone else stocked in your country. The next thing was the durable props. They came from dronesuperstore.co.uk. Really quick shipping. I've used them for quite a few different things, so it's quite a good website, decent prices and good delivery. The HerishiFPV module came from Unmanned Tech, which is another UK store. I ordered them on 48-hour delivery. They took 3 days instead of 2 days, and something went a little bit crazy with the tracking number. When I tracked it, they hadn't been delivered. When I asked them about it, it had been delivered. So whether it just got delivered in that short time frame, I don't know. But yeah, they're responding to emails fine and everything, and they've got some good stuff. It was a reasonable price. I think that's about it. Got some footage from flying today, so that video will probably be up on Tuesday. I'm trying to do flying videos on Tuesdays and all this other nonsense other days. Just filling in, just no particular day. If I've got something to ramble about, I'll do a video and shove it on whatever day I do it. I've got a little tiny whoop that I've been flying around. I made some homemade gates and tunnels for it, just out of some random bits of cardboard. So I might do a video of those using the DVR on these. So it's a double-edged sword that I can film the tiny whoop, I can film some gates, and I can show the footage on the goggles. And the cats are scrapping somewhere. So thanks for watching. I hope it didn't bore you too much. See you later.